when I was 12, I had a traumatic experience when my oma was murdered, like my grandma. And like I was like, what the fuck, revenge and shit. Like I wanted to like kill whoever did that shit to my oma. And like I was like fucked up from that, like seriously fucked up. We hired a detective. We don't know who did this, but she was like drowned in a bathtub. I was spazzing out when I heard about this. Like I spazzed out. Like I was not the same. Like that definitely fucked me up, OD. That's the first time I ever experienced anything with death, ever. I was the closest person that I was ever like around. I wanted to kill myself immediately. Like I just wanted to die. I was like, there's nothing I could do. I don't see it getting better, and I was like, I don't want to do this. I was like, fuck this. And then like that's when I got into skateboarding, because it's actually really sad, because my uncle Paul, he committed suicide 2 months after that happened, which it was his mom, my grandma, my oma I called her, and he was a skateboarder, and like his friend actually pulled up and like was just like, yo, I'm gonna bring you to the skate shop, we're gonna go skateboarding, and he just bought me like mad clothes and a skateboard, or complete, and like took me to the skate park, and that's how I just like started skateboarding, like just got planted into skateboarding.
Why did your dad have to flee the country?
So my dad, I don't know about this, like I was only born, so I don't really know, but I heard that he was like a kingpin or some crazy shit. Even when he died, he was sought after by like people like FBI, or I don't know what the fuck they're called, like, but there's people coming after like him my whole life. Like when I was in high school, even they would pull up in my room like in the morning and like mad guns and shit, and they'd be like, yo, where's Henry, where's Henry, where's Henry?
Dude, what?
Yeah, I was like, and we lived on Henry Road, and it was the craziest shit ever. And they're like, where is he, where is he? I'm like, bro, I don't know, I don't know where my dad is. I haven't seen him my whole life. I just said that shit, like, even though I knew he was in France, but yeah. I had contact with him. Like I went to go see him when I was 5 for the first time, and I did des allers-retours entre la France et les États-Unis, which is like I went back and forth.
How'd you get the tattoo on your face?
So that's from my father, because he apparently he had something to do with spiders a lot. Like I don't know, people said that anytime they would come, he would visit them, they would start to see little spiders. And I heard that story from my Aunt Maya the day that I got this tattoo, and it was like what, like 3 months after he passed or something. So I just felt like I should get something to remember how I felt, because I couldn't even cry when I first found out that he passed away, and like I feel like I cried that day for the first time, really. So I was with my brother. He didn't come home for 3 days. We were wondering where he was. Everyone, no one knew where he was. He wasn't answering the phone, obviously. We get a call from my stepbrother, who's always kind of been a dickhead, but he calls us and he's like, doesn't tell us he's dead, but he's like, yo, you gotta come over here right away. So we get in the car, I'm driving, me and my brother looking at each other like, yo, what's going on? Like, fuck, like, what's going on, bro? We have the worst ideas in our head, obviously. We already think like the worst. We get there, someone tells us, yo, why aren't you with your dad? So we automatically think he's good. Then next thing, we walk in the door where everyone's at, like the house or whatever, the apartment, and we just see my stepmom going ballistic, like ape shit, crying like so hard. And then that's when we knew like he passed, and then it was just like fuck, like trying to console my stepmom and just like be there for my brother. But me and my brother were not like crying at all, but we were just like playing Yu-Gi-Oh, like on our that Yu-Gi-Oh app, that like one app to play Yu-Gi-Oh, and like it was kind of weird. Like we couldn't like really like feel anything at that point. It was like we were trying to be strong, I guess, for each other. It was like I had a piece of myself that was just ripped off, like my leg or some shit, and I had to just deal with the new like lifestyle. But afterwards, I started to feel like I could see him and like feel him in my memory more, and like remember how it was to have him in my life. And that was a lot. Like that was like the next phase, and then it was more about like, I guess just like healing a lot. It's like just like how you deal with the fact that you have to kind of like bury them every time like you remember them. You have to like kind of re-experience the death every day. Like I don't know, like you never really just lose them one time. Fuck, it just deteriorates like who you thought you like. It's like they're a part of you, right? So like you have to basically like find a new attachment to like replace like the limb that you lost. It's more like ambiguous. You have to like get surgery done, and you have to do it yourself almost, like you're fixing. It's like Saul where you have to cut off your fucking own leg. I was trying to call my brother, he wasn't answering. I was feeling like he did some crazy shit because I knew he was going through it, and he actually happened to have like jumped off a bridge into water because he was not feeling good. Like he was like, I guess like trying to commit suicide or whatever, like on that timing. And he got out of the water, like he jumped into L'Aquitaine or whatever in Bordeaux. And he got out, but like during that time, like when I was calling him, he wasn't answering, and I just had mad Xanax on me because I was selling it. And I fucking just ate all them shits, bro. Yeah. Like slowly, I don't remember doing it. I just remember taking a few, and then the bottle was gone, and I woke up in like my room, and then my ex called me, and she's like, yeah, you overdosed, and you got resuscitated. And I owed like a bank, not the bank, the fucking, there's like a credit bureau trying to come after me for like the hospital bills for like mad bread. It's just crazy. I don't know like specifically who resuscitated me or what they look like or what their name is. I just got the bill in the mail, but I don't know if I was definitely not grateful at first, but now I am.
How'd you even get into selling Xanax? Like,
so I stole them shits from my mom, bro. We got into an argument and I stole all her Xanax. I don't take any type of drugs anymore. Like I'm completely sober. But before, I used to be just like a fucking monster with that shit. Like whenever I could get my hands on, really, like I was like an addict. It started with weed. That was the gateway drug, like they say when you're a kid, like, but you're like, fuck that, that's not a gateway drug, but it totally is. Like, I'm not saying it's the worst drug ever. I started when I was 12. I'm not like proud of this, but I used to like be, like my best friend is like older than me, and his older brother like was really into cocaine, and he overdosed and passed away. But we used to like dabble in that shit, like help him like sell his coke and shit, like when we were mad little. And like that's how I like found out about that shit. And then eventually like other people started trying it around me, and I just like was like, let me try this or something. The first thing I ever like stalled that was hard drugs was like someone snorted Adderall in front of me, and I was like, what the fuck are you doing? And then like it just slowly became more normal. It just like became normal. My stepdad is very like, that's why I have teeth on my neck. He's an evil stepdad dentist and shit. But he's not actually evil, but I just call him that like, just cause like, bro, when he took my teeth out one time, he did not use no anesthesia. He's just like, yeah, you're gonna like do this. I was like, what the fuck? Like that shit hurt so bad. Hardest thing I've ever done, like probably when I first moved to France from America when I was 5. Cause I was like a mama's boy and shit. Like I was like, I'm not trying to like leave the country, let alone like my mom. But I was like, why do I have to leave? Like why do I have to go? It was just like, I'm so sorry, but you have to go. And I was like, no. But then I just got on the plane by myself type shit. Like, I got on the plane like with a stewardess and shit, but I didn't have anyone come like accompany me. And then I was like, fuck, I'm off to France or whatever. Like it was a lot. That was definitely the hardest moment for me. Like before any hard shit happened. Like after that, I feel like everything just got dramatically way more intense. Like life hit. Like I was like, this shit is real. Like I started to think more about like me, my own experience with death, and like what it's gonna be like. And thinking about your own experience with death before you're even close to dying is like, or like when you're not hurt or injured or sick, isn't healthy. It's something that people should talk about. I think about it and I feel like it'd be peaceful, but at the same time I'm like, yo, I hope it's not like, I hope it's like my dad, because he passed away to sleep type shit. But like, you never know. It could be fun to like really spaz out and like jump off an airplane or some shit. Like, who knows? I should just stop thinking about this. Like, you know, that's what this tattoo means actually, this Nike tattoo. Because I was mad depressed and I was like, just do it, like just cut yourself. But now it means like, just do it, like just do the day, like just don't think about cutting yourself. Just fucking go and do this shit.